Hey everyone, it's Katie from Temple of Cosmic Astrology, and it's been a while since I've done an energy update. For me, I just feel like they flow when they're supposed to, and today feels like the right time. And we've been coming out of some huge energies, and it seems like that can be a bit of a broken record. These days, it seems like there's always some huge shift or something taking place, but in reality, it's the truth. We have some of the deepest, most potent astrology seen in hundreds of years. We're living in a time that no one in this planet has experienced before with certain astrological cycles. So not only are we really experiencing it for the first time, but as astrologers, I don't really think we're able to predict just how this shift will unfold for so many, because these alignments haven't played out in this way ever. So coming out of this Mercury retrograde, a lot of people are feeling pretty raw, stripped bare, and it's actually quite a beautiful space to be in, because this retrograde has really cleared so much on a karmic and ancestral in our karmic and ancestral lineage. With the retrograde falling at 29 degrees Pisces, not only did it retrograde at the final degree of Pisces, but also at the final degree of the entire zodiac. And for those of you who follow my writing, you will have seen me speak of this before. So this retrograde has been dredging up for us long held patterns, traumas, beliefs, experiences, illusions that are beyond the scope of our own physical vessel, our own physical experience, our own perceptions. It's connected to our own ancestral lineage, our soul experiences, but it's also deeply rooted in the collective experience. And I think that's what's been so difficult for so many to walk this path the past few weeks, because not only have we been clearing our own stuff, but we've been feeling everybody else's stuff. And for some of us that are naturally sensitive in this way, perhaps we have a lot of Pisces in our chart, we have a lot of 12th house, this is our everyday life. But for a lot of other people, this isn't what they're used to experiencing. So it can be deeply triggering. And what has made it so confusing and unclear has been the retrograde turning direct on top of Neptune. And this energy is still going to be here for at least another week. So this is a time to really go within and do the work for yourself, knowing that it's a hugely important puzzle piece of the collective growth and shift and transformation taking place at this time. And today, as I speak, we have the Pluto and South Node conjunction, almost exact. And again, this is, South Node is karma, past lives, early experiences, our lineage. Conjunct Pluto, the planet of transformation, transmutation, death and rebirth. So something within you is being completely reborn. And again, our minds try to think, what could this possibly be? And we try to figure it out, but this isn't something that your mind can see clearly. Also because it's coming into a sextile with Neptune and this Mercury energy together. So, they're so inherently linked, but not in a way that's going to give you that 3D mental clarity that most likely you are pushing for at this time. So the more that you can just actually sit in this space and fully experience whatever it is that is coming up for you, clarity will then begin to blossom from that space. It won't come from a space of trying to figure it all out, of even pulling tarot cards every day and trying to get all in the mind about it. This is such a time to step into the deepest part of the ocean within yourself, and the more that you're trying to, it's like this sense of panic. And the more that you're panicking and you're trying to keep your head above water and thrashing around and feeling confused and trying to swim away against the current, the more you will be pulled and dragged under. So it can seem terrifying to let go of that control and just be, in that stillness, in the depth of that water. But the more inner stillness you can find during these transits, the quicker the current will carry you to exactly where it is, deep within your soul you are heading and you are going. And the more you resist, the more held back you will be. This is a time of change and of movement. Sorry about the aeroplanes, guys. I'm in a park, which is mostly quiet, but right under the flight zone. So, yeah, really just seek stillness, seek serenity, seek your own answers. We can certainly reach out to our friends or, to trusted people in our lives, people who are able to hold space for us. But we need to really ensure that we're not, again, seeking them to enlighten us when the truth within these energies can only come from within. So, of course, it's important to surround ourselves with those who understand us and love us and can hold space alongside us. But for sure, this is a time to really peel back the layers and spend time within your heart temple. Go into that space daily. Take a look around what's coming up in this space. Heal and clear this space. A meditation that I love to do is where I just take myself into my heart temple and I look around and, I imagine it like a room, and are the blinds drawn? Is everything kind of dark, or is everything open and clear and spacious? What shadowy figures are dwelling in this space? So often soul aspects and fragments of us are hiding in these spaces. Every part of us dwells within our heart. So when we are able to go into this space and see what fragments of us are in that space, again, look at these fragments and what they're showing you. Again, are they hiding away? Are they in darkness? Are they afraid? Or, are they fully blossoming and illuminated in this space? And the way to transition those fragments who are in a lower density, a lower vibration, a heavier space, is to hold them safe in this space with the love of your own essence. They're seeking to come home through the anchoring of your own heart temple. So it's just something to keep in mind with this energy at this time. And, you know, we have this Mercury and Neptune conjunction leading us all the way up into the new moon. So new moons, you know, the day before the dark, you know, when we're in the balsamic phase, the dark moon, when the moon is in the sign before the sign, it will become a new moon cycle. It's in Pisces. So again, you know, we're in this very dark, balsamic, introspective phase. So the more that you can actually just, again, sit with this space without, you know, sit in this space without judgment and do whatever it is that you need to do to nurture and hold yourself safe, you know, whether that's really going deep within your own body, certain spiritual practices, Netflix, you know, these things are okay, you know, and if we need to just step back from everything and be in this space, so much will grow forward with this Aries new moon and beyond. So just seeing if there's anything else that I feel like sharing with this. You know, this has all been playing out. You know, it's really important to look at where Pisces is in your chart to understand where this lineage is drawing you back to. You know, the house will really illuminate where the story is changing for you, you know, where you are being really pushed and squeezed and reborn, you know. And again, it's in sextile with Capricorn, so look to the Capricorn house and to the Pisces house to see, you know, a sextile is harmonious flow, you know, it's the two signs complement each other, you know. So Capricorn is earth and Pisces is water, so they don't speak the same language, but they share the same interests or similar interests. So between these two houses, there's a resonance for you, and there needs to be a way to find some middle ground with that, you know. And Venus was holding space with that in a semi-sextile for most of March, or about a few days period, I should say, in March, when Venus was at around 15 to 23 degrees Aquarius. So that was the bridge, you know. So have a look at what was going on. I don't have any charts with me off the top of my head. About 10 to 14 days ago, so about 2 weeks ago, and what was going on during that period of the retrograde, and see how those events are actually the bridge for you to move forward with this new moon energy. You know, it's a new moon in Aries. It's rebirth. It's a new beginning. You know, Mercury will still be in Pisces when we have this new moon. It won't actually come out of Pisces until much later in April. So we're still in this very deeply Piscean space, especially with Venus transiting through there at the moment as well. So, you know, this watery energy isn't really going anywhere anytime soon, but it's such a beautiful vibration to understand and to harness, especially when you personally know the house that it is for you. You know, so if you don't know that, I recommend popping onto astro.com and taking a look at your chart and seeing how you can move forward through this space. So I think that's it. I just wanted to kind of come in and check in. You know, I've been laying super low myself. I'm really trying to go deep within this space, not being online much. Just, you know, I've gone through so many huge changes. You know, I've moved, lots of kind of crazy sudden change that I've just had to roll with, but it's been the change that I've been dreaming of for months. So there is so much beauty and joy to be found through these shifts we've experienced these last 3 weeks. You know, there may have been a lot of heavy emotional turmoil to to process and to sift through. But in doing so, it has brought a whole new path. So in saying that, I will end this. If you please share with me any of your thoughts and feelings, anything you've been experiencing. And of course, I'm always available for readings. You can just have a look at everything in the box below. All of my details are there for readings and webinars, workshops, lots of good stuff coming up at Temple of Cosmic Astrology. So with that, I shall leave you, beloveds. All my love.